I'm a big part in working with the College of Hospitality and Tourism here at TRAC, which is our working incubator, which we'll be able to show you a tour of later. So as we go through our presentation, if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to put them in the chat box and we'll be happy to answer them. Today on the call, with me being a Disney College Program alumni, we also have 2 other Disney College Program alumni, as well as they are currently full-time employees of the Walt Disney Company in Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. So Chelsea Golden, she's up at the top there. She can wave to you guys. And then we got ERIN CARLO, who's actually my sister, and she's right over there as well. We also have Dr. Troy and Miss Christina Bradshaw on the call. Those are your, would be your Dean of College Hospitality and Tourism, as well as the assistant to the Dean. And here we have.
Hello, everyone. My name is ERIN. I'm the administrative person that works with us in the College of Hospitality. So I've been the one contacting you, setting up the event. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me right after.
All right. Good. We are going to start with a presentation. Share our screen right here. Can everyone see it?
Yep.
Good. All right. Lovely. So we can do some introductions here. So I'm going to give it over to Chelsea if you want to go over your role in the college program as well as your role today.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Cool. So I did the first college program in 2016. I did merchandise in Hollywood Studios. I did the fall program, so I was August until the end of December, and I worked over 30 different locations, but I was statused in Hollywood Studios. Had to go back to Niagara, finished my year and a half left, and then I came back down here on a second college program, which you'll see in the left picture. I worked Fantasyland attractions, so I was at Peter Pan and the lovely It's a Small World. I also did firework crowd control, which is kind of a long-winded answer, so I'll just kind of leave it at that. I did that for a year. I extended because I stayed down here. I was already graduated. And then now I went into part-time at Safaris, and then now I'm full-time. I got that in June. So I've been currently at Kilimanjaro Safaris for about a year and a half now. And it's quite a wild ride, to say the least. But it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So it's my dream come true.
All right, Miss ERIN, would you like to introduce yourself with your roles and your current role?
Hi, my name is ERIN CARLO. As Emma mentioned, I'm her older sister, and I did the Disney College program twice as well. The very first one I did was in 2016, and that was during the spring program. So from January until May, I worked as a character attendant, primarily at Hollywood Studios, but I was fortunate enough to be able to work all over property with almost every character, so that was a blast. And then very similar to Chelsea, I followed a very similar path. I went back to school. When I finished, I went back to Florida for a second college program where I worked in convention services. So I worked in events such as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. That job definitely taught me a lot, gained a lot of skill sets there because every day was a little different. And finally, I moved into a professional internship after that second college program where I worked at the college program housing complexes as a service center specialist. So there I did everything from, mediating roommate conflicts to setting up and organizing welcome events and participating in different events across the Disney internships and programs agenda. And so that was a fabulous job, a great way to transition into a more professional role. And now I work for Disney Vacation Club. I've been with Disney Vacation Club for about a year and a half. And I'm very fortunate to still be here working for Disney. And I'm thrilled to be able to share my experience with all of you. I feel that the Disney College program is a wonderful step to start either your professional career with Disney or just in general having a fabulous piece on your resume that will speak to your customer service skills as well as your problem solving skills, which in any role across the board, especially in hospitality, will always be a welcome asset. So thank you for having me.
We are so happy to have you. So Lovely, lovely to have you both on. And I'm excited to graduate and pursue my own roles and my own adventures. But I'll quickly discuss my college program. So I went the spring of 2019, and I worked at the Animal Kingdom Lodge in Bell Services. So I'm repping the Animal Kingdom Lodge here, but Bell Services was basically luggage. So I handled a lot of guest luggage, guest situations, as well as front desk situations at the lodge, which was an incredible experience. It was, I did a 5-month program. I did not extend. I chose to come home after that. But I took that experience that I learned and I used all of the guest service experience, all of the working with management experience, all of the hospitality experience in general, and took what Disney taught me back to Niagara University to sort of work with my classes and my further experiences. So that is pretty much all of our experiences. Saying that, if any particular experience sounds super interesting to you, please, again, feel free to reach out in that chat to any of us or just publicly to the group. And we'll be happy to answer questions about our roles. I also did want to mention that ERIN said that she worked in the service center. So she was almost like a residence director for the Disney College program students in general. So she would be able to answer a lot of general Disney College program housing questions and things like that, if you have any questions like that. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the Disney College program in general, what you can expect if you do the Disney College program through Niagara University. So you can start to apply to the Disney College program the second semester of your freshman year so that you would be able to go starting your sophomore year. You cannot do the program before that, but it's really nice. It's good to have a year under your belt so that you can go through your intro to hospitality classes and sort of get a grasp on Niagara before you leave. As a hospitality student, you can earn 12 to 15 credit hours towards your curriculum card on the hospitality elective side, which is a really nice sort of bonus if you are studying hospitality and tourism, because this way you don't have to fill in general electives, you can fill in your specific electives to your major. But you can still do this program if you're non-hospitality, and you would just keep your credits open for your electives generally. That being said, you also, if you are interested in doing the Disney College program, you would start talking to your advisor freshman year, as soon as you know. The sooner you know about any study abroad or Disney College program opportunity, the sooner that we'll be able to figure out your schedule and you'll be able to figure out where to fit it and what best fits so that you can still graduate on time. This program is excellent through Niagara University, the way that they offer the credits, the way that they offer you to learn still through Niagara while you're down there, and for you to obtain those credits so that you can graduate on time. One thing that I would say about Niagara University more than other schools is that Niagara teaches you things in class, in the nest, but you really utilize those skills and gain that confidence by doing off-campus experiences like doing the Disney College program. So, the other part of this, if you are a hospitality and tourism student at Niagara University, is that you have to fulfill an 800-hour practicum for Niagara. So that may sound daunting, like I've never done 800 hours of anything, but it is not as difficult as you think, I promise. These experiences that you can gain hours towards include internships, job opportunities, anything like this Disney College program. And I didn't extend, and with just my 5.5-month program, I earned about 550 hours towards my 800-hour practicum. And I'm sure that either Chelsea or Erin can tell you that you would work so much more if you continue on through the summer, which is an option for you as well. So, all right, we can move over to talking about the housing and how it is paid. So the Disney College program is sort of 3 levels. There's the living, earning, and learning. So the way that learning works is through different seminars. They used to offer classes. That's all being adjusted, whether or not there will be classes, seminars, or different ways to learn. But Niagara University manages their credit hours through Niagara. So you'll do specific work towards Niagara University. The living part. So currently, this is actually very exciting for you guys, is that currently, although Disney college program is suspended. They are working on new housing units coming within the next couple of years, I believe, and it's called Flamingo Court. And so that entire new section is going to be fresh apartments. It's going to be fresh living facilities, and it's just going to be a really cool experience. So when I was down there, I actually had the opportunity to sign the beam that they could put right into building the new units for you to live in. So, but a part of none of this is changing as far as the housing goes. There's still going to be 24-hour security. They are fully furnished apartments, pool and fitness center on property, and all of the utilities are included in rent. Another part of this is that these living units are off of Disney property. So you can bring a car if you would like, but there are also bus systems that can transport you to and from work. They do take a little bit longer. I would give yourself an extra hour in the morning just to make sure you get there on time, but they do have those, and those are free for Disney College Program participants to use as well. Along with several events and fun things that happen throughout your time. And that's sort of how you meet all types of different people, is through going to the events at your housing units. So this is a really, really like excellent part, is that you have that guaranteed housing. And the best part about it is that if you've never rented an apartment before, you do not have to worry about, oh my gosh, I have to pull out of my paycheck every week. Instead, this works where Disney will actually pull it out of your paycheck for you, so that you don't need to worry about anything. You can just go to work, do your work hours, get that credit for Niagara, and then your housing gets paid for through what you earn at your position. So before I move on, I know I said that ERIN had some specialty in this, and Chelsea probably has her own experiences as well. If you guys have anything to add as far as the paid part or the housing.
Yeah, so for housing specifically, like you mentioned, things are going to be different going forward, since the Disney College Program is transitioning from the 4 original complexes to the 2 new ones. In a lot of ways, this is a really great transition. It's going to be a much more cohesive space for all of the college program students to be able to live together, work together. It'll be a better way for folks to get to know one another, rather than having 4 separate complexes, have 2 buildings on the same property. But so I can't speak too much about what they even look like on the inside, because they're not open just yet. But you covered a lot of great points about living in college program housing. I will just add a little bit of touch a little bit on security. The Disney College Program housing complexes have incredibly tight security. I know that one of the things that a lot of students, or as we refer to them as participants, parents or family members get nervous, is that, you know, I'm sending somebody who I love to a place that they have never lived before, and how do I know that they're going to be safe? The security, like I said, is very tight. You have to sign in every visitor that comes in. There's no visitors allowed past 1 a.m. at the housing complexes, so there's no overnight guests. Every car that comes through the security gate has to be accounted for and signed in by a participant. So I would say if there's one thing that makes me feel very comfortable to recommend this program to any student, is just that you don't have to be nervous about all of a sudden picking up and moving your life to Orlando and not having any idea what your comfort level is going to be, because it's the same level of security that you would expect at a Disney resort.
I guess I can touch on working, the amount of hours. So your minimum hours, I believe it's 32. You have to be scheduled, and you'll be scheduled in whatever location you are. Depending on what your location is, you're able to pick up different shifts. So if you're merchandise, you're able to pick up different shifts throughout property. The same thing with quick service. For attractions, you can't pick up other attractions. Like I was Peter Pan and Small World. I couldn't pick up Big Thunder Mountain, which is kind of unfortunate, but I was a train on the ride. So obviously I wouldn't be able to do that. But there's different like crowd control shifts and everything that you're able to pick up. I was working probably between 40 to 60 hour work weeks every week. I was there, I would just extend my shifts. I was nuts. But I definitely earned about 500 credit hours towards my 800 hours for Niagara. And then I had a killer paycheck as well. So I think that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah. And to touch on that third aspect, that earning aspect, is that by meeting me, Chelsea, and Erin, you've already seen where you can work. It's insane the amount of positions that the Disney College program offers to you. So right here you have bell services, merchandise, attractions. You have Erin who did convention services and she did character attending. You also have, there's janitorial positions and custodial. There's positions doing housekeeping, quick service food and beverage, front desk, lifeguard, recreation. The list goes on and on. So even if none of these positions sound specifically interesting to you, during your application process, you can actually mark off how interested you are in each position. And they give you a list of at least 20 different positions. And with that, I'd actually quickly like to go over the application process, just so you guys get an idea of what to expect if you were to come to Niagara and all of this. So like I said, you can start to apply the second semester of your freshman year so that you would leave the first semester of your sophomore year. In that application, there are 3 steps. There's the primary application where you input your resume, you input any facts about yourself, they ask you roommate questions, different things like that. And then if you get past that part, so each part is sort of a pass fail in a way of they're looking to see how you would be as a fit to be a program participant. So if you get past that level, you go into your web-based interview, and that application is much more, in a way, it's almost like a big questionnaire or quiz. So they'll give you a whole bunch of questions that'll be like, for example, do you work well in a team? And then there will be a range. You'll say either very much agree that you work well in a team or very much disagree, and then all of those in between, agree, disagree, and neutral. You'll make your decisions, and based on the responses of you get an immediate reaction, and if you pass that, you will get the next level, which is the phone interview. The phone interview is where you truly show what kind of person you are and what kind of asset you would make to the program and to the company. So that's when you really want to shine. It's about a 20 to 30-minute interview. It is nothing to be scared of. You're just going to talk to a recruiter cast member who works at Walt Disney World. And really what they want to see at that point is where you would best fit based on your application, based on your interview, and they will put you in that position. About the Disney College program, once that position is picked for you, you cannot switch your position. So when you are going through the application process, do not check off any boxes for positions that you will not do. So if you say, I will not make beds all day, do not put any interest in housekeeping. But if you're very interested in attractions, put very much interested in that. Those would be my main recommendations. And then once you get that acceptance letter through the Disney company and through the Disney College program, your next step is to go and see Dr. Hutt, who is the sort of team lead when it comes to the Disney College program on campus for Niagara University. And from there, you are off in your happy marriage of Niagara and Disney, and they will be able to help you every step of the way as far as going, earning those credits, and coming on home to use what you learned in class and through other experiences with Niagara. Okay, so above everything else, I've heard this from every single Disney College program graduate, is that the #1 question asked at any interviews post-graduation is going to be about your Disney College program experience. This is incredible customer service experience. This is incredible independence experience. And companies know this. They know that when you go and work for Walt Disney World, you're not just going to do a summer job. This is a true commitment. And I'm sure that any of the girls can say this, that when it really comes down to it, the Disney way of doing things, like pointing or like guiding people in directions, and even your speech, like guest experience over customer experience, and the way that Disney sort of teaches you how to say things and interact with guests, stay with you for life, even after a 6-month experience. So that being said, your Disney College program will represent how successful you can be in the hospitality industry, especially after you can graduate. And there's several networking opportunities. So after this program, I actually met Chelsea because she was the Disney College Program representative for Niagara before I even was able to do it. But I met several people from all over the world in all different types of positions and upper level positions as well that I'm still friends with and still in contact with through LinkedIn. And on top of that, there's actually 3 levels of internships. So I recommend Disney College Program is great to get your feet wet in the company. And that is what everyone starts with when you're actually in college. But like Erin, my sister did, she did the professional internship after she graduated. And so that's another level. And then there's management internships on top of that. And all of those sort of will help you show your different skill sets and how you have improved through your internships and what you are capable of in different positions as well. And all of those are paid. With all of this being said, and the fact that Erin had to come around in her mask and our state of COVID that we are in today, is that these internships and programs through Walt Disney World are not currently being offered due to COVID. This is not a big deal for anyone on the call, as you are all incoming freshmen and you have over a year before you could even apply anyways. However, it is important to know that if you go and do your research tonight, it's going to look a little bit different because they are not currently accepting applicants. At this time, I think a couple days ago, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Disney released a statement that they are thinking of all of the applicants, but at this time they are not accepting any applicants for the fall. So I'm not sure what Disney will do. Nobody knows what Disney will do. All I can say is keep up, follow, if you are interested in Disney College Program, follow the Twitter, follow the Facebook, follow the Instagram. That is where that company will be able to update you on their positions, because Niagara works with it when it is up and open, but we can't do anything from our side when they are not offering internships. All right. This is sort of the fun part. This is my favorite part. So Erin and I are huge Disney girls. On a little emotional part, the whole reason that we even pursued Erin, her full career, and how I pursued my internship with Walt Disney World was because we were 8 and 11 years old, standing in front of the castle, leaving one of our trips, crying our eyes out because we didn't want to go. And my dad and my mom said to us, the only way to not ever go home is to work here and live here and do this. So that is what Erin did. And that is what, we are going to intend to do is be somewhere where we can experience the magic no matter what. So the benefits, besides just being able to work and live near Disney and earn that money and earn those credits and experiences, is you get free admission to the theme parks for your entire stay. This is the coolest benefit, because I would go to work from 6:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. Erin would be at work until, whatever time, and then we would meet each other after work at Animal Kingdom just for the evening. Or we would go and watch the fireworks at Magic Kingdom, or we could go to Disney Springs and go and catch some dinner. And this experience is second to none. You feel like you're running the place when you can just walk in and you're like, I have my card, I work here. And on top of that, you also get discounts on merchandise, food and beverage, and room accommodations. And at Niagara, you're not going to jeopardize on your financial aid status, your enrollment, if you accept. And that's if you accept correctly and you go through Dr. Hutt and do the whole process as intended. I had one more point to make that I'm trying to remember before I move on. I can't remember. It will probably come back to me. Oh, it was about when you can do the internship. So there are 2 times that you can do the internship. You can do the fall or you can do the spring. Both have their advantages. And it's sort of about what you would like. But the fall, you will be away from home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but you will be able to be in Disney for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. See all of the decor. You get an extra cast member discount on merchandise. It really is like the coolest. If you love like the decorations and the fireworks and everything, definitely consider the fall program. I did the spring program, so I only missed Easter with my family because being home for the holidays is a big deal for me. But that gave me the opportunity to still sort of like being at Niagara University. If you are not from around here, you'll realize it's cold and blistery. So it got you out of that snow and it got you right into palm trees, as that cold snow was hitting in January. So that's the cool benefit about the spring. Okay, so I went over this a little bit, but this is the nitty gritty of the eligibility. So while you were at Niagara University, you must meet the following requirements. You must have no space for 12 to 15 elective credits. This is mainly for your financial aid packages amongst just making sure you're eligible to graduate on time, is that you cannot do the Disney College program if you don't have space and still get that financial aid, because you need to be able to be learning and get your credits to Niagara in order to get that financial aid package. Like I said, you must have at least a sophomore status before attending. You can apply in the spring of your freshman year, like I said, for the following fall or summer. And you must have an overall GPA of at least 2.5. We know our hospitality students are strong in the incoming, so I trust you all will be able to hold a GPA above that. No previous disciplinary problems. This just goes with working in Walt Disney World. If you're going to work for one of the highest companies in the world, you need to be able to handle that and not cause problems where you come from. And then must secure approval of the Disney Internship Coordinator, who is Dr. Huff, that is who controls our program at Niagara University. Okay, so what next? Like I said, please look into the social media, look into the Disney College program page itself. It's right up there. Campus reps, my information is right there. And if Chelsea and Erin feel comfortable, you guys can put your information in the chat as well. And you guys can feel free to reach out to us at any time. We can answer specific questions. And then Dr. Hu's information is there as well if you have specific questions about the program and how it correlates with graduating at Niagara University.
All right, do we have any questions from any of our students on the call today? I'm gonna stop the share. So it's also important to note that you do not necessarily have to be a College of Hospitality student to do one of these internships. It's more focused towards our hospitality students because they're the ones that really excel and are able to handle the internship the best. But this is really open to any students, whether you're still trying to figure out your major, or if you are interested in a different major and this is something you have a passion for. You do have room on your curriculum card to do this internship as well as a free elective. So that you just have to talk to your advisor when you get to campus and our department as well with Dr. Hu.
Well, if I may add, the most important thing is for you to get accepted. I'm sure some of you already got accepted, maybe got the package with the scholarship. You don't have to reach out to Dr. Hu yet, okay? It's too early to do that. So that's for the information. He is the faculty coordinator to process things. So at this moment, you don't have to bother him by sending, I'm a high school student, I'm interested in this. Don't worry about it. You can send an email to me or Ms. Brasho. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. But just to let you know, since Dr. Hu's information is up there at the last slide.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Choi. So if there's no questions right now, feel free to keep putting them in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm Erin, the other Erin, talking behind the screen. But we're gonna move on to a little bit more about some other close to home options when it comes to Disney. We have lots of different options outside of the Disney College program to also get involved with. So let me get the PowerPoint back up and we'll move to the second little section about Disney.
All right, lovely. I'm very excited to talk to you about Trek and also through Trek, an opportunity called Disney Institute that Niagara University offers. So to sort of begin, as you can see in that bottom right corner, there I am holding my plaque. So for the past 2 years, I have been the lead student intern for Disney Institute. I briefly mentioned at the beginning of this program, but Disney Institute is through the Walt Disney Company themselves. So Disney Institute actually has its own internships and everything like that. But they are, Disney Institute offers events and conferences for professionals in the business industry. So that can include basically anyone. If you own a business, your own business, if you work at the Toronto Zoo, we had people from the Toronto Zoo come, but pretty much all over the board. They offer 4 different programs, and each program is specific. So there is business excellence that you can see there, Disney Institute, Disney's approach to business excellence, but they also have leadership courses and employee engagement. So the great part about this event is that traditionally this event is in person. And since it is presented by Niagara University, it is hosted at the Niagara Falls Convention Center. This event, we normally have about 250 attendees, and they will come to the Niagara Falls area, whether they are local or from further away. We have had attendees all the way from the University of Florida, so come all the way up here. So it really knows no bounds. We've also had visitors from Canada as well. But really, this is a great tourism opportunity for Niagara Falls itself. So you really work with partners in the city if you were to work with Disney Institute and work with DREC. So I'll sort of talk about how these two mesh together and how my involvement with this program started. DREC is a workplace incubator that was developed about 2 years ago in Niagara Falls. This is a Niagara University owned and operated incubator, but it also brings in, like I said with Disney Institute, it brings in professionals from all over the area to come and be able to work together, co-op on different things, and they also can rent their own little offices if they want to have mini meetings. But for Niagara University students, this is a free workplace incubator that you can go to whenever you would like. You can go and visit with clubs, classes. I had a class with Dr. Choi. We came and visited DREC earlier in the semester. Or just on your individual study time, you can come down to the city of Niagara Falls and come and work in here. So we have, yeah, you'll be able to see here, there's a little walkthrough of the building. It's actually massive, and it's 2 different buildings that they were able to connect. So that's where you would walk in right here. It is a private and locked facility. So you being a Niagara student will be able to get in there, but anyone who is not supposed to be in there will not be in there. So that's important to remember as far as safety is concerned. Here is the primary workspace. They host large events in here, and obviously right now in COVID, everything is a lot more virtual. There's also a lot of working opportunities for those in need. So that's a big part of DREC, is offering classes to those who may not be able to afford them on their own, which is a big part of Niagara University's mission in general, which is the Vincentian spirit of giving and service. Over here, you'll see a little cutout in that brick. That's actually a Starbucks. So this is like the coolest thing to me, because it's a Starbucks, but it also has some of the best food, because the chef of that kitchen was actually on Hell's Kitchen, which I thought was really, really cool. So he makes some really, really good stuff. You can come in here and get your coffee as well. And they have some of the best lavender lemonade I've ever had. But back there where the gray is, you can see those are where some of those rentable offices are. And any of these tables are where you can see yourself coming and studying and sitting with your friends, chatting and doing club meetings, officer meetings, anything like that. Like I said, this space is fully, you're fully able to utilize as a student. Coming down the hallway, you'll look to the left and see the room that I'm actually located in right now. So this room is my favorite. So you'll be able to see right behind here, this package is the end of it. That mural is original. It's over 100 years old, and it was originally on the exterior of one of the buildings. So this is a historically preserved building. And because of that, you can see in the corner that the mural is not complete. They could not paint on the original brick since it is historically preserved. So they took a big canvas and they repainted over it so that you get the effect that it is the full It is the full mural, but it is actually completed after the fact. But this is another one of those incubator rooms.
I think we're not doing this right. Give me 1 second. I think we're not showing the screen properly. What screen are you guys seeing?
Just the
This
first
one.
screen.
Just the first screen? Okay, sorry, my chat
Just the
was.
screen with her and Rocco.
Oh,
Oh.
we were walking through all of truck over here. Back, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Layers of Zoom.
I figured mine was just frozen.
I think
so
the virtual
didn't
tour
know.
just didn't pop up, that's all.
Okay. Oh.
No worries.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry.
Miss Bradshaw, I like your Mickey you brought.
Yes, I also worked for Disney, so I'll touch base with you guys at the end.
All right. I'm not very good with technology. I'm going to be honest with all of you right now. How does? Okay, stop share. Okay, how do I get rid of this screen? I don't want to disconnect. I think I do that. Okay. That wasn't it? Oh, shoot. Okay.
And then just share again with them.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
This should work. Okay. Can
There
you
it
guys
is.
track that?
We got it now.
Okay. Sorry about that. We'll do
That's
a quick walk through the building. I already mentioned a lot of things, but we'll at least give you a peek. So this is the main incubator space, like I said. So you have a lot of events in non-COVID times. Through that little brick section there, that's where that Starbucks is located that I mentioned. And up there where the offices are located behind that gray divider. All right.
And then
We're making it back. So this
Professional.
room on your left, this is where we are currently located, and this is one of those private incubator rooms as well. So that back there is the mural. I'm sorry you couldn't see it before, but in that bottom left-hand corner is that painted canvas over the original preserved historic wall. So all in all, this location has been used for several Niagara University events, but it is also completely free use for students, and a lot of students don't know about it. So that's really why we decided to bring it up today, is to show you before you even get here freshman year. You'll know that in college life, everyone tries to get that off-campus coffee shop experience. We go to Orange Cat, we go to Starbucks, but my personal favorite, honestly, is to come here because why not come to, you know, a historically preserved building in a beautiful space, and it's quieter. You can get your Starbucks coffee spread out. But remember, this is an option, especially for tourism students. TREC is run by the Niagara Global Tourism Institute, which is a branch of the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management. So it is truly meant for this college, and it's meant for all Niagara University students. So now let's sort of talk about how they connect. So the Disney Institute program that we put on yearly, it's annually in March at the Convention Center, is hosted through Niagara Global Tourism Institute and their lead Roscoe. And then over that, it is led by Niagara University College of Hospitality and Tourism Management. And above that, it is run by Niagara University. So by me being a student, I actually was given the opportunity to be the lead student intern during our all-college meeting. So once you come to Niagara University, Niagara is great with keeping you informed. Starting freshman year, you are a part of the family. So you're not left out of anything. You're not left out of any opportunities or anything like that. And with the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management, there is an all-college meeting. So that's how I found out about it. Was Roscoe came up and he said, if you're interested in the Walt Disney Company, come and reach out to me because I might have an opportunity for you. So I am a tourism destination management student. I am not event management. So this was kind of an interesting role for me to take, but is some of the best experience I've ever gotten in my entire life. The connections, the networking, and the independence is second to none. So Roscoe is an employee of the university, and he works over here at Trek primarily, but he was able to sort of direct me in how to get started with pursuing my internship in a way, my being the lead intern for Disney Institute. But after my first year, I took almost the full lead. I was the main communication person. I was the main contact for all participants through email. I also handled any questions that came through. I handled creating our webpage that's on the Niagara University page, and basically getting everything set up. So I went to the day at the convention center when we actually booked the place. They show you the blueprints and everything. I was able to be there with Roscoe when he was signing off. So all of that event management experience you can get through this and also still be connected to Disney. And another great part about this is that you don't have to be the lead student intern just coming through. You know, you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm nervous, but this is the only option. You can start as a volunteer, and that would just be a couple hours of your time to get used to the event space, get used to what you can expect from the event itself, which is an 8-hour seminar, and then also get used to how Disney is incorporated in Niagara University. But to talk about what Disney Institute is, so this is a picture from last year. This was one of the wackiest days of my life, honestly. This is because the event took place on, I believe it was March 12th or March 13th. So it was the day that the NHL shut down. It was the day that all of the St. Patrick's Day parades were canceled in Buffalo. It was the day that COVID truly hit in a way. We knew about it, but it wasn't as big of a deal as when that day really happened. And I remember the 48 hours before that was extremely interesting because Prime Minister Trudeau in Canada, our very, very close neighbor, put basically a travel advisory up. So at that point, they did not put a ban on crossing the border, but they said any non-essential travel, please do not travel. So I dealt with all of the calls, emails, everything in that 48 hours with Roscoe, handling cancellations, handling what do we do, handling, you know, everything. So being able to get that experience, the event management experience, and like, you can see that hand sanitizer stand behind me. There were dozens of those throughout the facility that would not have been there a week before because this was not, you know, this was so new and not known. So that was a whirlwind, but also gave me that experience that is second to none. That will be what I talk about for years to come in all of my interviews, especially when it pertains to any event management experience and any stress management experience. A lot comes through adversity. You face these experiences head on, you face them with the confidence that Niagara gives you, and you get through it, and then you get a plaque. And then you get that experience and you take that on for the rest of your life. So that's sort of my fun story with that picture itself. But so last year was our program was Disney's approach to business excellence. So it sort of talks about the pillars of successful business: leadership, culture, service, brand, and innovation. But I have been a part of the program while we did employee engagement, Disney's approach to employee engagement, as well as I was I was first a volunteer for Disney's approach to leadership excellence. So also, fun bonus, when you are a volunteer or a student intern for this program, you get free admission to the program. So a ticket to this is $349 per participant. It is $299 for a group of 5 or more participants each. So it is not a cheap ticket. And that's because the information is so useful and you can use those certifications on your LinkedIn and any further resume building. So if you are interested in just attending and you want to be a volunteer, then you get that free 8-hour seminar and be able to go and participate as a Niagara University student, but still get that business excellence or leadership or employee engagement or anything else experience as well. So that basically shows what Disney Institute does. Like I said, being able to attend those programs would allow you to adapt Disney's business insights to assess and improve your organization, learn to communicate leadership vision, apply key elements of the Disney employee engagement strategy, and strengthen your culture. cultivate an organization that supports consistent delivery of exceptional quality service. This is pandemonium. This is number one in tourism today, is exceptional quality service. Foster a collaborative environment that draws on the creative resources of your entire organization, and practice time-tested principles for building and fortifying your brand. At Niagara, you will learn how to do all of this, and Disney will be able to just push it a little bit further and get that experience for you. But just a great thing to remember is that if going away to Orlando or going away to California is too much of a commitment for those 6 months, you still have opportunities near and dear to campus to get that Disney insight experience. And then to add to that is that there's things all over Niagara University in general that involve Disney, that involve College of Hospitality and Tourism Management to get involved in. The Disney Club is just a fun club where you can watch Disney movies, do Disney trivia, talk about your trips, talk about rides and everything. That's truly your group when you're a Disney fan like me, Erin, Chelsea. CMAA is an incredible organization. That's Club Managers Association of America. So if you're less on the event side, less on the working in a theme park side, but more in club management, that's another club and organization you can be a part of. This organization actually gives you a guaranteed internship, there we go, at a country club every summer of your time at Niagara University. And for the past 10 plus years, it has won the #1 CMA club organization, Club Managers Association of America, overall. So it is truly an incredible organization to be a part of if you are interested in that. Up in the top right corner, that's the emblem for our Hospitality and Tourism Association. That is a club that I'm a part of, and I am actually the previous vice president of that organization. So that club offers tours, it offers professional development, it offers speakers and everything you can imagine under the sun of hospitality, as well as 2 trips a year. So you can go and explore conference centers, hotels, spas around Buffalo, Niagara, but also on those trips, you can explore them as far as California, Colorado, Texas, or even New Orleans. And then in our bottom right-hand corner, you have the Niagara Power. So we were the first university to have a collegiate baseball team that was not associated directly with the university, and it's fully run by students. So if you are interested in sports management overall, these different options, you can get involved with that. And that is a summer internship, which can also get you hours towards your 800-hour practicum. And you do everything from serving nachos at the snack stand to dressing up as the little lightning bolt guy and take pictures with kids and take pictures with fans, or even being in the press box. So these are all different hospitality and tourism specific related opportunities. But when considering, even if you are not a hospitality student, Niagara offers over 100 different opportunities for clubs and organizations. So there's plenty to do to get involved. All right, so this is my part. This was the end of my portion. I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming and hearing about these. And I would love to turn it over to Dr. Choi and Ms. Bradshaw to sort of speak on your parts.
And before they get started, I just want to mention, no, that's okay. So we've talked about the Club Managers Association of America, which is one of our most prestigious clubs on campus. And our next event for the College of Hospitality will be on January 11th. Similar kind of setup to this, we have alumni coming from prestigious clubs across the country, and we'll be talking more about the College of Hospitality and the programs we offer. But this is a really good option for students that want those internships, really want to work in luxury operations. This is really the event for you. And then outside of that, we have lots of other events coming up if you're unable to make it, including just Chill with an Eagle. So sitting down, talking with some students from the College of Hospitality, some local alumni from the area and outside of New York State. We actually have a tourism panel that will be virtually streamed to students in February. And then we also, if none of those work for you, we do have daily in-person and virtual visits on campus and on Saturdays. And if you tell me ahead of time, I can make sure that you get to meet with Dr. Choi, with Emma, with Caitlin, with whatever student or faculty member you'd like to meet with. All right, and with that, I just want to hand it off to see if there's any questions before we let our Disney folks go, specifically anything for Erin, Emma, or Chelsea. I know they have lots and lots of experience, so don't be shy. They're really willing to answer anything. And then if you don't have any questions right now for them, you can reach out to their email that they put in the chat. All right, and with that, I'd love to hand it over to Dr. Choi and Chris Bradshaw.
Thank you, Erin. All right, we have 9 prospective students in addition to distinguished guest speakers today. I'm so glad to see Emma's older sister, Erin. At first it says Peña, last name Peña. Who's that lady? And
So I'm actually using my fiance.
Somebody else. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then it turned to Emma, Erin, CARLO. Oh, must be. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Chelsea, for being here again from Orlando. Well, welcome back. Some of you, I recognize some of your faces, like Gabby, Katie, Owen. You didn't turn on the camera, but I know you're there. Anastasia. Oh, there he is. Anastasia, and some of you, Milena, already been here, right? With the college open house. And so what we're gonna do today, from now on, with me and Ms. Brescia, is talk about general college informations. So I don't want to steal another more precious time of Erin or Chelsea's time. So you can get excused. That's fine. I'm not going to get hurt, so don't worry about it. And even some of your students who's been there a few times, virtually, in person. Katie, we met in person as well. So I mean, the information you pretty much got all the information about our college program from me and from Ms. Brescia. So if you don't feel like, you don't have to stay. Maybe you didn't finish your dinner, go back to your dinner table with your parents. That's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do from now on for the next few minutes is to talk about other opportunities in addition to Disney, of course. I know most of your interest for today is about Disney College program, which is not a strange thing to me. I worked at the University of Central Florida, which is located in Orlando, and I worked there for 7 years. I actually was the coordinator of Korean International College program at Disney. So I had all those good memories going to Chatham, Patterson's. Is that true? Like all those 4 dorms will be closed and turn into 2 new. Oh, all my memories will be gone.
Yes, unfortunately, those complexes are closed forever now. So
Oh, yeah.
I know.
I remember giving a ride to my students and picking them up. Oh, security, absolutely tight. I had to show my proof ID and tell them I'm a professor, and they still didn't believe me. Hey, you look like a college kid. No, I'm a professor. So I've been there, done that. So it's a great program. And then I know some of you will be fortunate enough to be a roommate with the international college program members. If I'm not mistaken, right? They don't put international kids in a one room or in a kind of a segregate. So that's
Right,
a
it's all
beauty.
mixed together.
Exactly. That's the beauty of the Disney mottos. So let me see. Can I share? I think I'm not allowed to share my screen. Erin, could you let me share the screen? All right.
You should be good now.
Yep. Can you see it? Anybody can see this, I guess? All right. So like I said, a few of you already, saw this PowerPoint slide, maybe getting tired of it by now. But I like to, highlight what our college can provide, especially several of you are interested in our programs as a tourism or hospitality. And I saw one student in the sport management, but he said, I'm in graduate studies. So maybe that person filled out the wrong column or something. And I know some of you are in AEP students like Malena and Mary. You're in AEP, interested, undecided. But this will be a great time for you to get to know about our program a little bit more. So this is where our college is, Vinny's, St. Vincent Hall. We live on the 4th floor upstairs, and we have our own computer lab on the 1st floor. And most of our classes are held on second or third floor, and bigger classes are on fourth floor. So as you may know, we have 3 majors: hotel, restaurant management, which some of you are interested, and tourism and recreation management, also some of you are interested. And we also have a sport management program, which Emma CARLO touched base a little bit when she introduced Niagara Power collegiate summer baseball team. So the unique thing about our college, as I said, I worked at the UCF, which is hospitality program alone. And I also worked at Penn State, Nittany Lion, which is also hotel management program alone. They are much bigger program, but they only focus on certain area. But if you think about typical sporting event, right? Like a Super Bowl, it's not just a game. It is a game. The most important thing, who wins the Super Bowl, right? But there's a fan, there are tourists, there's hotel involved, there's a recreation involved, huge events, F&Bs. So it's just all the majors we're offering. It's really closely intertwined. And I think this is most ideal setup, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, in a small college like us, 3 very, very, highly linked programs that can create really, really strong positive synergy effect. Emma's example is, she is a destination marketing student, but she's getting a lot of the event related experience through the classes and through the hands-on experience through track and Disney Institute and other opportunities. So I love our settings, and I know some of you are already kind of dedicated or decided to major certain things, but please have some kind of open-mindedness when you decide to come here and explore those 3 majors, especially in your first or second year. It's not a difficult thing to actually change your major. I always call our college like AEP. I know some of you are in AEP. AEP within a college. Is that right, Ms. Brescio? Right? You can always switch your major from one major to another without even losing your credits, unless you declare in senior years or something like that. Even then, we can make it happen. So it's very, very flexible. And we're very small, as I said. We have 225, 230 total students. We have 6 full-time faculty, and all of them have a PhD or JD. And our part-time faculty is, to me, it's out of this world. And the president of the Buffalo YMCA, he's our part-time faculty. Former president of Buffalo Bisons, the club who hosted Toronto Blue Jays because of COVID, right? He's our part-time faculty, right? Former GM of a renowned hotel. And the list goes on and on, and executive of destination marketing organizations. They are our part-time faculty. They are bringing the real world trend and knowledge to the classroom to help you. So very, very close one-to-one relationship, obviously. Every faculty is assigned to you as a faculty advisor, and you have to meet with them every semester, hopefully 30 minutes or more, hopefully multiple times. Ms. Brescia, obviously, as an assistant dean, she is really, really into helping our students be as best as they can be in terms of following their academic process, not, falling in pitfalls or making a mistake. She's going to keep an eye on your progress. Every faculty advisor will pay attention. I've never had that kind of experience when I was a faculty at UCF or Penn State because it's just too big. There's only a few step members, but they're not really into helping our students to grow as a future professionals. That's my personal observation. So we try not to do that. And then we need students' engagement as well. Some students do really good job coming over to the 4th floor, knocking on the door, emailing faculties and Ms. Brescio, talking about their experience, sharing their concerns, making suggestions. Those are the ones who will get such a great opportunities. They're going to be the first one to be considered, right? There's a Korean saying there's a saying in Korea, only the dogs that are barking will get the attention. I'm sure you have a similar one in the US too, right? Only the dogs who bark can get the attention. If you're just quiet, nice dog, they may, oh, good dog, good dog. Next, you move on, right? Maybe you're happy with your life. You don't need any assistance from us, right? So I think it applies to our our college as well. Our alumni is fantastic. We just had about a month and a half ago, unfortunately, but fortunately, the very first virtual alumni advantage event, 30 plus very dedicated alumni, class of 80s to all the way to class of 2016 or 17, they come back, in this case, virtually come back and try to help our students, to advise them, to build the mentor-mentee relations, try to set up some summer opportunities using their own networks and industry knowledges. So every fall we have their own, our own alumni events like that. We don't pay anything to them when we have in-person events. They provide their, transportation, they book their hotel rooms. All we need to do is just feed them, right? And they're willing to use their pay time off and pay that much money to come back to help our student out, because they wanted to give back. So such a great alumni, which you're going to get to know in person or as a group. So a lot of education happens in class, just like other colleges, other programs, right? We are actually management program. Many of the students, prospective students and parents, even some faculties across the campus, well, hospitality, that's like vocational school, isn't it? Well, you may say it's partially right, but we're trying to help you to be a best manager, best owner, best entrepreneur upon your graduation. If you look at our curriculum card, half of your curriculum card is about our management classes, starting with the leadership and management, human resources, legal issues, strategic management, marketing, right? Accounting, 2 accountings. List goes on and on and on. Budget and capital budgeting and finance, right? It's not just a hands-on experience. So that's what happened in classroom. But I have to say, a lot of other high impact experiential learning opportunity happens outside of the classroom, of course. Every year we go to, not this past fall, unfortunately, we always went to New York City's hotel experience convention, the biggest hotel convention in the world. We go there, and in May, we bring our students to Chicago for National Restaurant Show. We never missed it, other than this past May and fall because of the COVID. But I'm, cautiously optimistic that it will resume. Niagara Power Baseball, Emma talked about, completely owned by our college, operated by our students, about 20-something interns, doing all the things to make this happen. We bring our students to Major League Baseball spring training in Florida. And we also brought our students to Super Bowl functions. Those are more, some of the examples in domestic experiences. But I think the most important and unique thing in our college is international programs, okay? 2 most unique one is Work Abroad program in Lake Como and Cultural Immersion program in Lima, Cusco in Peru. Of course, this year was tough because it's not just about our country. What's going on in Italy, northern Italy, and what's going on in Peru. We've been in communication with our counterparts. Situation wasn't as good as we would like, so we weren't able to go. But hopefully within a year or so, we'll go back to the certain normalcy, and we'll be with the vaccine development. We'll be able to resume this, one of the most unique program. Ms. Brescia, would you like to talk a little bit about those 2 most unique programs?
Sure. So I was fortunate enough to chaperone the students to Lake Como, Italy last summer, and got a chance to see where the students were working in all 4- and 5-star luxury resort hotels. When we went, we met with GMs of each of the resorts, and they went into detail as to what the students' expectations were, as well as the opportunities for them while they were off to travel together. So the students are earning actually 12 credit hours. They are required to have 4 semesters of the Italian, so you can start taking that as early as your freshman, sophomore year, going into the summer before the students go to Italy. And a lot of times students are given job opportunities that they're already starting to work as managers or general managers, assistant managers
in resort hotels because they know the work ethic. And to back up with that, with Disney having on your resume, it's extremely important that students start building that resume early because, like myself, I also worked with Disney, and my first job I was hired right off the bat. With Peru, the students are working both in with students that in Lima as well as Cusco. They're actually working with students that are children, I should say, that it's a life-changing opportunity for them because a lot of these children, not only are some of these children working in a program where it's the first time for them, some of them learning some English, but students come back to me and say for them working in some of these orphanages and for first time opportunity of the experience that they have, they're working with a religion, a cultural, like language, everything is an immersed program. And students are actually living and working that environment, again, earning 12 credit hours. And we help assist them with their room and board, as well as in Lake Como, Italy, students are given room and board. So it's huge savings, but instead of sitting in 4 classes, you're earning 12 credit hours with the cultural immersion. With the dual degree program in Germany, students can earn a second degree all within their 4-year program. So they come to me early on, and within their junior year, they will go experience, get prepared, and we help assist them, each of these with MET scholarship, but they go away for 1 year and they graduate with a dual international degree, which is a huge opportunity for them. As well as Finland, we now offer some classes as well as housing. In European, the students came back from the London program, and they're working with international organizations, sport organizations in London and the UK.
Right. They visit like EPL. Those who are following soccer, EPL, they visit like Manchester United, Chelsea, and they went to the Wimbledons. And you know, I'm a huge sports fan myself. I envy those students too. But and especially in hospitality and tourism students, the 2 programs Ms. Brasher mentioned, Work Abroad program, Lake Como, Cultural Immersion program in Peru. These are the 2 most important programs, in my opinion. And with 12 credit, that's happening in summer, you actually almost surely graduate a semester early as well. So if you're planning to dorm once you come to the NU, and you can save a lot of the room and board by being abroad as well. So I really want you to think about plan things ahead. Again, unfortunately, last year wasn't, it wasn't possible to bring our students, which was really, really heartbroken. But hopefully, once you join our program within a year or 2, I think we'll go back to our, normal plan. So I think Emma and some of the students already touched base on the student associations. I don't really need to emphasize more, but once you join our college, I really want you to join at least 1, possibly 2. Some of our students actually join 2. And I've seen some students join HTA and SMA. There's no discipline or major specific restrictions whatsoever, right? As long as you have open-mindedness, rather than just focusing on one particular discipline or major, reach out and then try and see what you like, what you dislike, and then you'll find out on the first hand. And we also have an honor society, Eta Sigma Delta. Every year we induct several students, the National Hospitality Honor Society as well. So this is very, very quick overview of our program. But one thing I always say to my students is explore different things and check out small programs like us and get to know some big programs, okay? And you'll probably know what's the difference between the 2 types of programs. There are pros and cons. Certain things probably serves you better, whatever you want. But I worked in the 2 big state universities like Penn State and University of Central Florida, which provide me a lot of good opportunities as a faculty. It's a good job security. You don't have to worry about student enrollment. Students are just coming and coming. but I taught 150 students in one class, 75 in smaller classes. I really struggled. I always confess my struggles for the past like 10, 11 years before I came to Niagara in summer of 2013. Wow, it's been already 7+ years. I I didn't really see the big state university actually putting the students' learning, students' professional development as their top priority. Maybe I have a little bit of biased observation. Maybe it's individual observation. I hope that's the case, but that's at least what I experienced. And I heard the same thing from some of our prospective students, parents, mostly from parents, because they're graduates from big schools. They love their football team. They're diehard fans and everything, but they see better opportunity, more like a personal assistance from the faculties like us or Miss Brashaw or student like Emma, senior students, your upper class students. They're genuine people. They're really, really try to see you become as best as you can be. And I didn't really sense those things in the first 13 years of no, about 12 years of my teaching at Penn State and UCF. I mean, that's the one thing I really like to emphasize. Every faculty really, really want to know individually our students. They really, really walk the walk, not talk the talk. One thing I always tell my students, prospective students, are we are here upstairs on the 4th floor to be abused by our students. They just come, keep on coming, knocking on the door, asking for something. We'll make it happen internally, externally, whether it's about your job or your opportunities, some kind of scholarship opportunities, whatever. We are one of the colleges very fortunate to have a diverse group of the benefactors, donors from the foundations, organizations, individual donors. They actually earmarked their donations to help our students to cover their trips, their experiential learning opportunities. All these experiential learning opportunities we just discussed, there's some kind of financial support attached. Okay, so we don't want our students or parents to be in a very difficult position to see, oh, should we send our daughter, our son to this? We know it's very, very important opportunities, but our budget is pretty tight. I don't want them to be in that situation. Okay, so again, maybe I'm a little bit biased. I'm from Korea, which every parents, grandparents even put their kids and grandkids education as their top priority. They sacrifice their retirement money and I've seen it, which is not a smart thing, by the way, but I'm just talking about the extreme case. And I've seen that, and I've seen the students give up some opportunities because of the financial struggles and restrictions. We'll do our best to support our students as long as we are, successful. So those are, contact information of myself and Miss Brashaw. So you can write it down and always send me or Miss Brashaw an email and a call and arrange personal. And I know some of you are from, Buffalo, Elmira, and Gabby, you're from Elmira, which is what, the Watkins Glen area, right? It's not too far away. You can swing by again, and then you can make another, individual visit in spring semester.
Yeah, we should have plenty of opportunities for you if you haven't taken a tour, if you would like to, even for some of the classes that are going to be going on High Flex. We'd love to have you shadow.
Yeah,
I know Emma would love to have you come and meet with her, and ERIN, we want to give you a whole glimpse of the entire campus, as well as activities and events that we host, but also any questions that you have, feel free to let them know that we want to make sure that they don't go unnoticed. And if there's something that you do think about afterwards, feel free to reach out to us, because all of those questions are important questions to learn early. We want to make sure that you have the best of any program that you decide to go into, and we can help assist that with any curriculum that you choose.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm teaching a class in a high flex mode myself, half in class, half live streaming. Sometimes it's difficult with the technology and student engagement, but I like to see my students at least half in class, and we have a very strong protocol fighting against the COVID. So we've been very successful for most of the fall, but right after Halloween, with some cases, so we ended up transferring classes into remote mode. I think with just a week and a half, so just a few classes, but we fell short a little bit. But overall, I think we did very well. So that's about our college in 10 minutes. Any questions? I know we have new faces as well. I know 4 or 5 of you, we already have this conversation. You asked some good questions as well. We answered, I hope. Any question to us, me and Ms. Brescio, or Emma, or alumni like Chelsea?
Well, I just want to thank all of you guys for showing up. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at any time. I know during COVID, it hasn't probably been the easiest for a lot of you. So thank you for all of you for sharing and for all of you attending. And we hope that we have several students now that are working full-time at Disney. And no matter what opportunity that you have down the road, they always, they're interested in hiring our students, and they're also interested in having our students work for them full time. So that's the great thing. They hold spots for students that have worked for them in the past, and they're a wonderful company to work for. Erin, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good. I think, sorry, other Erin.
That's right.
No, there's 2 of us. Here, maybe I'll come on the video and talk since I've been hiding the whole time.
That's right. I just purchased the treadmill. After 6 months of not going to gym, I just couldn't help. So I purchased it, assembled it for like 7 hours. Oh my God. So
I have the indoor bike. It keeps me busy.
I took a quick nap, and then it's already 5:40. So I walk upstairs.
Good, keeps your heart rate.
I hope so
going.
from tomorrow. I didn't turn it on because I was scared. Maybe I did something wrong and didn't work. So I'll turn it on tomorrow. So
Well, thank you
That's
guys,
good.
everyone. If you do have any questions, I'm the one that's been texting you, emailing you, calling you, maybe, who knows. But I work with any students that are interested in studying hospitality and can get you connected with anybody that you'd like to speak to. If you come to campus, you can take a tour with Emma or Caitlin. We have Caitlin, you can't see her. She's also here. She's one of our current students, and she's just been hanging out with us today, taking notes. But we have lots of really great hospitality students in our admissions office too. So we can talk to you about anything you'd be interested in. They can help you answer questions about living on campus, what it's like to live in Niagara Falls, fun places to go have dinner with friends. So it doesn't always have to be hospitality, it's just whatever you really just kind of want to know. So we want you to find the best fit for you. It doesn't have to be Niagara, but as long as you find the right school with the right program, maybe you like the Disney College program, but Niagara is not the school for you, we still want you to encourage you to find your right fit. But with that, we're going to sign off. And thank you guys so much for coming tonight. I know it's Christmas, and so Merry Christmas to all of you. And if you need anything else, just let us know.
thank you, Erin, for putting together this wonderful event. And thank you, Emma, Erin, Chelsea, and all the students, prospective students. Hopefully you will make a commitment. I know some of you already got accepted, already got the letters. And then Mary, I don't think we met before, right?
I don't think so. I was at the open house, but I think I have my screen on.
Right. Maybe that's probably why. Thanks for turning on the camera. So yeah. So since you're from Buffalo area, right? Make sure you just call Ms. Brett if you're interested. If you join as AEP, you can take our intro class in the fall and see what kind of academic program we have as a classroom activity.
So feel free to reach out to us, you guys, if you have AP credit or you have ongoing rolling admissions. If you want to know, like, if any of your classes are going to be transferring in, feel free to send any of your high school transcripts to us so that we can see some of your AP scores early. If there's any question that we didn't get a chance to answer, feel free anytime, just call or email us. We answer our calls from home. We're virtually 24/7 on and off phone calls, so don't worry, we're here for you.
Other than Christmas Day.
Maybe not
Hopefully.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Turn off your phone. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Merry
much.
Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
you all.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
That went well, Dr. Choi.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Did you even have a dinner there at least?
Oh, this was my dinner. I was eating it whenever I was muted.
I love their cafeteria at the corner. Like
I know
southern-
it's closed right now.
Oh, southern food they have.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, we thought this would be kind of a fun, different way to do the event tonight.
Yeah.
We did have 50% attendance, and of
Yeah,
the students that attended, they were all the ones that registered at least 1 week in advance. So they all received packages from me, almost all of them.
Oh, most of them. I don't recognize the Fortune. I don't even know who he or she is.
I think Fortune signed up for a previous event but did not attend. I believe he's from South Africa. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
have
maybe-
way too many screens open. Let me see. Let's see. Fortune.
That's possible, right?
I tried to send him a package, I think.
Oh, geez. One to Ethiopia, one to South Africa.
Yeah, so Fortune is from, I don't know. Hold on. Fortune is AEP though. From
Yeah.
South Africa. And then we had one
Wow.
from Denmark, which she did not attend.
Jeez.
But we
Denmark.
had many students attend, so that was really good. And they were
Yeah.
almost all hospitality or AEP.
Right. And some of them, the Justin Goss, he's like computer science, I guess.
So he was on, and then Anastasia was on again.
Again, yeah.
I think Cherry Nedrick, I think she might be a different major.
She's new nursing major.
Yeah, nursing, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how you can actually make it happen if
No,
I don't
that
think
one
it's
I don't
possible.
think I don't think
Yeah.
that one can happen. I didn't want
Yeah.
to say anything, but I didn't think.
I didn't want to say either because it's just a tight program.
Yeah.
And, a certain degree, they cannot even do online courses. They
Mhm.
actually have to be
Yeah.
in-person classes because of the accreditation thing. So
Yeah, I was surprised though. We had a lot of students sign up between today, and not many of them showed up. Usually when they sign up day of, they do come. Like Maria Montez signed up the other day, but she did not come.
yeah.
So I probably could be the holidays, thinking that they're free and then they're not. But
Yeah, but it was a good turnout, to be honest with you, especially at the end of the semester in the high schools,
Yeah.
and several of them are familiar faces or names at least. So
yeah,
they-
the girl, Gabby, she's told me yesterday that she's going to commit. So this was her first event. She's hospitality hotel operations from Elmira.
yeah, I think I saw her in one of the other meetings, at least once or twice. That's why I recognize Elmira in New York. Just
Yeah, she might have come to open house or something, but this was her
Right.
first event for hospitality. So
I recognize her.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
she'll deposit soon, which is good.
Yeah.
We
that's
should probably
great.
get going because Emma's gonna drive back far, and then I've got to drive
I
back
know.
far. But
Yeah.
it was good filming it somewhere else today.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Choi.
Okay. Merry Christmas again.
Hopefully see you
Oh.
soon.
Bye, Caitlin.
Hey.